Okay, so a couple of you are coming on. Hello, how you guys doing? I even comb my hair for you. My name is Claude. Let's see, we're a little bit early here. Anyway, my name is Claude Diamond. Oh, look who's on here. Let's see, Tim Wood is on. Hi there, Tim. If you guys have questions, it's going to be this is going to be an open forum here. Getting too much noise here. We'll shut this off. We'll close that. Okay. Going to talk about a lot of different things. We're simultaneously broadcasting, by the way. Thanks for joining. We're on Periscope. We're on Facebook Live. We are on, oh my gosh, YouTube. Also, a lot of my YouTube followers wanted to talk today. Titles Trash to Cash and a lot of other things. I'm going to be doing a couple of these, by the way. And just to let you know, I'm going to have another live stream on Saturday the 23rd and also on Tuesday the 26th. I like doing these live streams. I want to share really hard information with you guys. This is a wonderful business. I've been in this business 30 years. I started out doing conventional real estate. I bought properties. Then when I ran out of cash and credit, I had to find different strategies to control real estate. You want to learn how to control real estate, not let it deplete every cent you have in the world, okay? You want to basically find different strategies. My favorite strategy was lease purchasing. I could control really great properties in great neighborhoods, high-end properties. My mentor used to say tenants are smart. My mentor, Max, I've written a couple books about it, used to say tenants are smarter than investors. And I still really believe that, because when you think about it, we go to all these seminars, all these gurus, we try all these different strategies. The best strategy in the world, of course, is cash. If you have all unlimited cash and credit, you can buy all the properties you want. And in the beginning, I had a little bit of cash and credit. That went away real fast. I had to find alternative strategies to control real estate. And by the way, if you do have questions, we are monitoring them here, so feel free to put them in there. We're on Facebook, and we are on YouTube and on Periscope simultaneously. So and I can see Facebook, and I don't know if we have anybody on Periscope yet, but you'll be coming on. So basically, I learned that if I could control real estate without the large down payments, without the banks, without the lawyers, if I didn't have to do the major repairs on properties, if I could rent them out, if I could rent them with an option, if I could do all these different things, I could make wonderful cash up front. I could create cash flow streams. I could make money or renewing if they wanted to renew the option. I could make money if they bought the property. There's so many different ways when you have, I think the lease purchase is the best strategy in the world. I'm going to be talking a lot about that today. I wanted to talk about my daily routine, what I do on a daily basis. Besides the strategies, I always want to talk about my gut sales method. I believe that the way you make money in this business is you've got to be superb at sales. It is just, I think, the best way to do real estate. If you can get Jerome Lacour, bonsoir, mon ami. How good to see you on here. Anybody? I like your videos when you talk to telemarketers. Thank you. Yes. I love here. I'm going to share with you guys here. I love torturing telemarketers because they're so damn bad on the phone. Telemarketers, what do they do wrong? They do the same thing that a lot of us investors do wrong. They're very scripted. They sound very robotic, very mechanical. No one woke up this morning. Oh, Mr. Calvin Jackson is even on here. Hello, Calvin. Good to see you on. That's wonderful. All my friends are coming on. Great. Calvin and I just started working together. And the thing about it is, you get that telemarketer calls you up. What do? They call us at dinner time. We reject them. I'm very rude to telemarketers when they interrupt me at dinner time. Okay, that's my quiet time. They're uninvited guests. When somebody calls us up and they're reading a script, hello, I'm just reaching out to you today. Who wants to talk to that person? Nobody got up. and spoke to the person that way. You have to have a way of speaking to people that intrigues them, that creates curiosity. Sales together with creative real estate or whatever product or service you sell is very valuable to you. It'll get you to the bank. Absolutely. That's what you're looking for. I got started in real estate. I bought a bunch of properties. I rented them out to Mr. and Mrs. tenants. What I discovered is that, I went to all the gurus at all the seminars. Okay. You know who they are. The funny thing is, when I first got started in real estate back in the Stone Age, those guys are still around today. And you know who I mean. And the thing about, and they give you a lot of motivation, but very little perspiration. I'm here to give you the perspiration. How I grew working from my home, a business that has given my family unbelievable financial freedom. Okay. I don't have my own private jet unless you want to call Southwest Airlines my private jet and everything like that. But this business, once I learned from my mentor, the right strategies, the right marketing, and the right salesmanship, that was the key here. The sales was really the missing link for me. So I got started. I did a few real estate deals. I bought properties. I fixed them up. Some people call that sweat equity. And I started renting them. I wanted, I had to pay the taxes, the insurance, the homeowner fees, of course, the mortgage. Sometimes there were I had some places that had two homeowner fees, believe it or not, a master and a minor homeowner fee, all this money going out. Okay. And I was just a little poor law student. Okay. Luckily I had a working wife. And so I had all these properties and I discovered that a lot of the gurus left out some information. First of all, people don't always pay on time. They're not motivated to pay on time. They perceive you as the rich landlord. So conventional real estate didn't work very well for me. I became a bill collector. Then I became a maintenance man. Okay. I had to go out and, you know what it's like on Sunday. I had a regular job, and people call you on Sunday and you got to fix their toilet and everything. So much for the romanticism of being a real estate investor. And sometimes I had to be a lawyer. It's one of the reasons I went to law school. I have a degree back there somewhere on the wall there. You can see it. I'm in my Colorado home, by the way. I don't know if you guys can see out the window here. It's snowing out here. We have snow in Colorado. Can you see that? Yeah. I'm in Winter Park, Colorado. I am 9,200 feet up. Down the street, the ski area goes up to 12,000 feet. We're the highest ski area town, I believe, in the ski area town in North America. Amazing. I sold Kirby vacuum cleaners for a second, and they told us to strictly follow the script. I couldn't sell a lot of them, but I asked the guy who sold the most, and he said he doesn't follow the scripts. Here's a rule for you guys. If you got a pen and a paper, you might want to write some of these things down. Scripts are caca. Scripts are garbage. People don't respond to scripts. They sound too robotic, too mechanical. Okay. I don't like scripts. I know there's a lot of gurus out there that give you these thick books full of scripts. You can't go to a prospect, say, excuse me, let me look up, this objection. Oh, page 42. Hold on, I'll get right. Oh, how to overcome this objection. Say, you can't do that. You have to learn to speak spontaneous. You have to learn to use different psychological triggers, learn to ask questions. I'll be touching on that a little bit today. Like I said, I'm doing 3 of these live streams, one on Saturday the 23rd, and another one on November the 26th. By the way, I'm here in Colorado. I just got here the other day I also live in San Diego, California, and I'm going to Pinehurst, North Carolina on Monday. So it's a busy life. All I do is give good phone. Okay. I'm kind of I'm not a contrarian, but a lot of the advice that I'm going to give you is from my personal story, what works for me. If it works for me, I'm nobody special. It'll work for you. A lot of gurus spend too much time teaching you scripts, teaching you to knock on 100 doors, teaching you to drive for dollars and all those things. I want you to work from your kitchen table and make a lot of money and work real smart. Let me go back to my story before I get into a lot of these things. And I will respond to you. If anybody has a question or a comment, I will respond. I like the interaction and the response with you guys, okay? This is just a learning event here. And if you have anything, I'd be glad to help you with it. So maybe Scripps is like a skeleton, just start, but then you have to build. It's okay. Listen, you can read Scripps, but you have to be, the word is empathetic. What you have to mind read. What is in that prospect's mind? Did they wake up this morning and said, gee, I hope he calls me up and wants to sell me something? Okay, no, nobody did that. You have to go out there and be a problem solver. You have to know how to interact with people right away, immediately. You got to create some curiosity, some interest. It's got to be emotional when you talk to people. Scripts don't work, period. I'm just telling you, the failure, you guys want me to tell you the truth or just make you feel good today? You tell me. You want the truth? Okay. The truth of the matter is, most of the stuff most of the information out there, they're teaching the wrong end of the problem. They're teaching you a lot of strategies, a lot of expensive marketing. Nobody's teaching you how to give good phone. I teach marketing and I teach strategies too, but my emphasis and focus is, how do I make money? Why are we in business? We're in business to make money today, not tomorrow. We're not in business to set up all our virtual assistants. And somebody called me a little while ago and told me all about his virtual assistants in the Philippines. I said, that's fine. How many deals have you done? None, zero, nada. You have to first learn to do this yourself, and you've got to learn to give good phone and take responsibility for your business. You can delegate, you can automate, you can scale, you can do all that jazz. But the one thing, do you want to make money today or do you want to screw around? If you want to make money today, you got to pick up this phone and talk to people. But you got to have a sales system, guts. And if you don't know anything about me, go to my webpage, claudediamond.com. I have a free book on the gut sales method. I developed that method, and you can see the little book in the corner. Where is it? Over here. You can see I developed that method because I was the former world's worst sales guy. Like I said, I bought a bunch of properties. I set up the tenants. It was horrible. I had to keep my full-time job so I could support my tenants' way of life. Okay, I'm going to give it to you real here. And I needed to do more deals, more properties. I needed to make more upfront money. I had a mentor, Max, who specialized in real estate and in sales. He was the most brilliant. I never saw a salesperson who could close people in one phone call upfront. Sometimes two, never three. You've got to learn to get on that phone and close, get commitments, get contracts, get information, make multiple offers, follow-up offers. And use lease purchasing. It's one of the favorite strategies because I'm basically renting and it's a rental agreement. Let's talk about it. I learned from my mentor the lease purchase. I learned how to rent properties, but add a little something extra, something special to the contracts. The option to purchase. That's not a sales agreement. It's just a right. It means over a certain time frame, I have the right to buy that property or not. So if I lock it in, for instance, at 100,000 and 2-3 years later, it's worth 150, I could have the benefit of the appreciation on that property. I don't have to do the repairs on it, the capital repairs. Okay, I don't have to put in a new heating system, new hot water heater, things like that. I can control it without the liability. So if anything you do, learn lease purchasing. It's a phenomenal strategy. I've written several books about it. They're on my webpage, claudediamond.com. Here, I'll put the little banner in there so you know where it is. There it is. Here's my little banner. You can see that there. So if you ever want, I got a lot of free stuff on there, which is part of my marketing. I'm going to talk a little bit about marketing today too. Lease purchase is a great strategy because for your own home, okay, you can do a lease purchase. You can sublet those properties. So if you're renting it for 1,000, you can sublet it for 1,500. If you have somebody else's property, then you can do nightly rentals and things like that if it's allowed in the zone. You guys have heard of Airbnb. Imagine if you locked in somebody's property. Let's say just a simple rental agreement. You got a great rent on that property and you controlled it for 1, 2, 3 years. Let's say you were doing it for $1,000 a month, but you knew you could rent it out for $150, $200, $250, $500 a night. Would that be a good Airbnb? You better believe it. There's so many ways to make money when you learn how to control real estate. If you can do that lease, with an option. Then you have the right to sublet, transfer, convey those rights to a third party. You can actually take that property. You can, like I said, do nightly rentals with Airbnb. You can do monthly rentals. You can do annual rentals. You can rent it out for a year and pass on that option to somebody else. You can make option money up front. You can make money every month. You can make money at the end of the deal if they buy the property. If they don't buy the property, which many do not, you can negotiate a renewal clause with them. If they're a good tenant and they just want to keep it as a monthly rental and you're making $500, $1,000 a month, keep it as a monthly rental. That's what you can do with lease options. And it's a real niche in real estate. That's the beauty of it. There's not that many people out there doing lease options. It's a great strategy. And you can basically control a property for what it costs to rent it. First and last, pay the first 2-3 months up front. You can do so many different things here. We've got some comments here. Dave Skolnick has joined us. Oh, Captain, my Captain. Thank you for the kind words, Dave. I appreciate that. Let's see that. Oh, there, we'll put that a little up there. Thank you for saying that. Glad your trip was safe. Guts is the best and simplest method ever, sales ever. Thank you, the mentor of mentors. Thank you. Your flattery will get you everywhere with me. Thank you, Dave Skolnick. We have here another question from Julio Gonzalez. Lease option, lease purchase, same thing, semantics. It's a lease. I've heard it called rent to own, lease with option, lease purchase. It all means the same thing. It's a lease. Let's make it simple. It's a rental agreement. It can be for 1 month. It can be for 5 years. So it's just a rental agreement. And then you have an option to purchase or to purchase. Means you have the right to purchase it at a given time and place. You can purchase it the first month or the last month. It depends how you negotiate the contracts in a lease purchase. But if you learn how to do that, Julio, you could go out and make offers. You go to somebody who has a property, they couldn't sell it, and the property maybe is vacant, or maybe they're moving or bought another home. You can go to them and say, look, I have a solution for you. Suppose I told you that I'd like to rent your house first for a year or two, and then have it purchased in the future, possibly in the future. And I have a contract here. You can negotiate the price. You can give them full price or negotiate a better price under market price if they're that motivated, or you can negotiate full price. You can negotiate market rent or under market rent. So when you sublet it, you make money per month. They're paying the taxes, the insurance, they have the liability to the bank, but you control the property. They can't rent it to anybody else or do anything else. It's a brilliant strategy. It's a wonderful strategy. Let's go back to my banner here. I'll put that up there for you guys. So if you want to go to my webpage, I got free books and mind maps and things, all kinds of things like that there for you too. Let's talk a little bit. There's other strategies out there. I'll probably talk about the other strategies on Saturday. Other strategies. There's 5 basic really there's thousands of ways to do real estate, but the 5 basic strategies are cash, lease purchase, owner finance, subject to. Okay, owner finance basically means when you the owner, you do a sales agreement with the owner, and you basically send them the payments on their mortgage. You've done a sales agreement, but you leave the existing mortgage in place. There are some legal considerations like acceleration clauses and things like that. Things like that we need to talk about. I'll talk more about that on Saturday if you like. Let's talk a little bit about what's the other one? Owner carry. Okay, if you have an owner with high equity or total equity, free and clear, a lot of people call it, I'll give them their full price on their property if they hold the mortgage for 5 years with a balloon, because that's something so valuable. I can go to any family that's looking to get into a home that maybe has credit or down payment challenges. I can sell them that contract. I just gave you something to remember. So if you find somebody with a lot of equity in a home, give them the price and you negotiate the terms. We'll talk a lot more about these different strategies on Saturday. Also consulting and things. I talk a lot about consulting. I'll be doing Tuesday, November the 26th. I'm going to talk about consulting in creative real estate. You do not want to miss that. I'll be doing it here, same time, same place here on StreamYard. Consulting is something, you know what's the problem with real estate? You guys want the truth, don't you? It's feast and famine for so many of us. I talk to people, so many years, they do one deal, then too much time goes. I know I experienced that. I remember I did a deal once, and I remember I made about $10,000, $11,000 back in the Stone Age. A lot of money. And it was, almost a year's income in those days for me. And I gave the money to my wife. And I said, honey, let's go out to dinner. And she says, well, what? I said, well, I just gave you $10,000, sweetie. And she said, no, that went to pay all the bills for the last 3 months. That's the reality of creative real estate. If you don't have sufficient cash flow, you've got to learn to create notes. You've got to learn to consult. You've got to learn to do quickie assignments. Some people call it wholesale real estate. I call it arbitrage. These are the strategies, the main strategies you got to learn. I'll talk more about that with you guys on the next live stream that I'm doing Saturday, November 23rd at 1 o'clock. Oh, wait, 23rd. It's only 2 days from today. So there we go. Let's see. We have some questions here. What do you think about Facebook marketing? Depends how you want to apply it. Facebook marketing is brilliant. If you use the one strength about Facebook marketing is the demographics. Who is you got to ask yourself this one question, old school funk. Who is your perfect prospect? What's their age group? What's their income bracket? What's their level of education? Where do they live? How old are they? Okay, so if you know that you're college people between 35 and 50 years old who make $75,000 to $150,000, if that's your perfect client, that's where Facebook is brilliant, because Facebook is cheap marketing too, because you can so target market that prospect, those perfect prospects in there. If you have a Facebook page you got to have a Facebook page and a Facebook group, and you do that marketing through Facebook, targeting that specific group. Don't just say the whole world. It'll cost you too much. Try to find, if you're in Texas, market to Texas people today. If your client base, if you can do deals in the Southwest, market to 3-4 different states. Okay, you can control your budget in Facebook too. So Facebook is a great marketing tool. I use Facebook a lot. I believe and as long as we're on that topic, I believe in attraction marketing. I think what a lot of the gurus are teaching, oh boy, am I going to get in trouble? Maybe I should keep my mouth shut about this. This is one of these areas where I get into trouble a lot of times, okay? Because I like telling the truth, but I don't like pissing off everybody else in the business. What should I do? Should I go ahead and talk about it? Okay. I think a lot of the marketing out there, buying a list from a company and just emailing those people, text marketing, robo-calling them, VAs calling them, sending postcards. It's a lot of time. It's a lot of trouble. It's a lot of money. And here comes the truth part. The response rate on that type of marketing to me seems too low. It's less than 1%. So you're chasing super. It's like going to a graveyard and writing down names. Oh, let me mail them a postcard or send them an email. The response rate's not going to be very good. I'll tell you right now. You know that. It's graveyard marketing to me. It's dead. It's dead. It's people who you don't know if they have any interest in what you're selling. If you're in real estate and you want to find homes or attract new buyers or investors, you want to attract people definitely who are looking for that. There are people right now who are on Facebook groups who are in real estate. That's where your Facebook marketing will go. You got me on a tangent here, old school. I do believe in virtual attraction marketing. Virtual attraction marketing is where the prospects come to me, not me chasing them blindly. Most of the marketing today is like that little game, where you're blindfolded and you got to hit the piñata, that cute little game the kids in San Diego play at birthdays and stuff. That's blind marketing. I've spoken to people who have spent literally tens of thousands of dollars a month with that type of marketing. I don't like the numbers. I think, to me, the numbers, less than 1% response is just way too low. I do virtual attraction marketing. I'll talk about that for a minute here. This is where I find my deals. This is one of the reasons you guys came on here for. I find my deals or they find me. I use social media marketing. I go to the biggies. I use YouTube. What are we on right now? YouTube, Periscope, LinkedIn, and Facebook. Okay, they're the largest web pages, social media web pages in the world. I'll start with YouTube. I put out videos every week, 2, 3. If you guys follow me on YouTube, I put out short 2 to 4 minute content. I hope it's entertaining, compelling content. It attracts people. I have thousands of subscribers on YouTube. Some of you are joining us right now. And those subscribers follow my YouTube. Hopefully, I'll gain credibility, some trust. I'm no longer going to be a secret, and they're going to go to my webpage, ClaudeDiamond.com. See how I did that, by the way? Isn't this cool how the technology allows? Just hit a little button and boom, my webpage is there. I want to attract people to my webpage. I give things away for free, incentives. I'll talk about that in a second too, as far as that goes. But you want to use, everybody's on the internet. What's the last statistic I heard? The average person is on 4 to 6 hours on the low side a day on the internet. They're Googling. Are they finding you when they Google? Are they finding your videos, your webpage, your social media, your podcast, your blogs? Are they finding your pictures on Instagram and Pinterest? You've got to I spend in my daily routine, I was going to talk about that too. I'm all over the map here today. My daily routine, besides exercise and follow-ups and everything, I spend 1 hour a day on social media putting out content. I use YouTube, and the beautiful thing about YouTube videos is that you can cross-pollinate them. You can do a YouTube video today, and if you do it the right way, you put the right content, the right description, the right mega tags, we used to call them, inside there, the right hashtags. Takes a little learning curve to learn YouTube, but I'll share this with you. I do my entire marketing through YouTube, and then I link it to Facebook, to Twitter, to LinkedIn, to Vimeo, to all these different other web pages. I try to put a sexy title in there. I try to put good descriptions, good hashtags, and you've got to learn how to use YouTube. It is brilliant. YouTube, I believe, is the #2 web page in the world. It changes places with Facebook. Okay, #1 is Google. #2 is Facebook or YouTube all the time. That's where people go. Put content in there. If you're in real estate like I am, put content, put pictures of houses, talk about deals you've done, talk about deals you haven't done, mistakes you've made. Attract people so that they want to learn more about you, so they subscribe and follow you. I'm on YouTube. Hit that little subscription button. Every week you'll get 1, 2, 3 different videos that I'll be doing. Sometimes I'll be doing live events like this, where I'll really share in depth, or I'll take your questions. Let's say, speaking of questions, when you get a Tyler Buttleman, when you get a homeowner to agree to a lease option, roughly how long are you going to get a tenant buyer in the house before you have to make your first payment? Well, I guess it depends on the deal, Tyler. Is it a good property? When you're doing a deal on a home, when you agree to roughly how long are you going to get a tenant buyer in the house? How long will it take me to put a tenant buyer in the house? I would suggest, that's a chicken or the egg question, Tyler. Here's my theory. Get the tenant buyers first. Do your social media marketing, do your marketing, and accumulate tenant buyers first. Qualify them for money, qualify them for option money, qualify them for rent, qualify them for employment. Why? So you know that they can pay. So say you have a database of 10, 20, 30 tenant buyers. You know they have $5,000 to $50,000. You know they can afford rent from $800 to $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month. You get a property. In fact, can you go to property and say, Mr. and Mrs. Tenant Buyer, or you have a house for sale. How would you like to sell it today? Or how would you like to get somebody in there today? I have had many people I do lease purchasing. I'm a private investor. I have people who have contacted me. I can put a good family in your house. If you and I can do a contract today, I can put a good family in your house that'll pay you on time and hopefully eventually buy your house in the next year or two. So, chicken or the egg, get the tenant buyers first. Okay, life is so much easier when you get those tenants. Great question, by the way. Let me put it up here so people can see it. So if you get the tenant buyers first, it's great for selling when you talk to people. Hey, I've got people already who want to buy your home if we can set this up as a rent-own. Is that of interest to you, Mr. and Mrs. Prospect, or should I get off the phone and leave you alone? We can do a contract today if you want to do a rent-own. Also, get good properties in good neighborhoods, Tyler. Okay, go to places where people ought to live. I love college towns because they rent it for, you can rent those properties out for premium prices a long time. I like properties in special areas. I like properties in areas where luxury areas, resort areas. I started out in 1-bedroom condos. I moved to townhomes, then single family homes. Now I work on luxury high-end homes. The homes by the beach, by the golf course, by the ski area here. I live in San Diego. I spend a lot of time here in Winter Park, Colorado. Ski areas right down the street. Hawaii, Pinehurst, North Carolina. These are all luxury resort areas where people pay premium prices. Why not? If you're going to be in business, why not be in business with properties you can make a lot more money? Hope that helped you. Good, very excellent question. Let's see some of these other questions here. How many sellers, cold calls on average, does it take to do a lease purchasing or consulting? It depends how many seller cold calls on average. Depends how good you are, Lee. You know, if I have a warm call, I believe in attraction calls. I talked a minute ago about attracting people. Okay, so if I have really good qualified people, and I get hold of a property, I just have to call down my list. I can knock that property out in 24 hours. I'm big on turnover. I don't want to be stuck with a property where I'm writing checks every month on an empty property. That's not why we got in business. Besides, it pisses off Mrs. Diamond. She doesn't like money coming out of the bank account. She likes it coming in. Hey, listen, I've been married 33 years. You know, I have the best marriage in the world. You make a shitload of money. And that's by turning over your properties fast. If you're good in sales, we'll get to gut sales in a little while and how it relates to real estate. You've got to be superb in sales. You've got to use agenda, qualification, commitment, close. And you've got to talk to people in such a way that you can get a commitment in one phone call. This back and forth stuff that a lot of the gurus and a lot of that are teaching no, one phone call close. My nickname, one call close Claude. I want you to learn how to get on the phone, be an authority figure, not a bully, not an intimidator, and say, Mr. and Mrs. Prospect, I want to make an offer today. I want to do business today with you. Would you be interested? I'm looking for a property. I can give you either price or terms or a little of both. Would you be interested in renting me your home with an option? I can send you a contract today, and I can give you next month's rent right away in advance. So you'll have cash in your pocket. Would you like to sell it for cash? I can give you all cash. See, I can do all these different things, and I can then sell the contract. I can arbitrage it. When you say consulting, my leads are such high quality that my close ratio is very, very high. Word of honor. When you're dealing with high probable prospects, high quality prospects, and you're getting superb in sales, you're using psychology, and you're being a little bit of a thespian, a good actor, your close ratio goes through the roof. I'm the former world's worst sales guy, guys. Okay, can I tell you, man, I couldn't give away money. I was a scripted, boring sales guy. I basically gave boring intellectual presentations, and people said the same thing to me then that they're saying to you guys right now. I'll think about it. I'll talk to my spouse. Let me run it. Send me the contracts. I'll send them to my attorney. Do you make money with that? No. So I believe, yes, assertiveness. I am assertive, but I'm not a bully either. I'm not an intimidator. I just cut to the chase. They've got a problem, and I'm the doctor of real estate. Would you like to do a deal today? I can send you an offer today. Can we talk at 4:30 later today on video? By the way, I try to do all my negotiations on video. You use Zoom. I use Skype. If you have an Android, throw it away and get an iPhone, because it has something brilliant on it called FaceTime. So when I get someone's phone number, I can do video calls immediately. Real simple system. Get on video with people as fast as possible. Let's see, what else do we have here? So I hope you answered your question, Lee. Lee, I could do a seminar just on that question alone, okay? Let's see what else we have. Oh, somebody from the Orient said hello. Hello to you too. Let's go down here. New comments. Let's see this one. I see a lot of commercials on YouTube where people are talking about how they are rich selling on Amazon. What do you think about that? There are a few people who get rich on Amazon. Okay. You've got to, it's a very competitive. You've got to wait for your money. You've got to have a unique product. You've got to learn how to buy that product. You've got to have great copywriter. I am not an Amazon expert. I've been on eBay, believe it or not. I think I've been on eBay. I have 100% rating. I sell all my materials and things on eBay also. I have 100% customer approval rating for 19 years. And money comes in automatically. And let me just touch on this. I have a lot of real estate products, books, and audio and video, and sales and consulting materials. They're on my webpage, ClaudeDiamond.com. And there's some stuff there for free also. Let's shut this off. And the thing about it is that on eBay, money comes in automatically all the time. And that's the beauty of using Amazon and eBay and stuff like that. You got to learn different places to market. So utilize it. In fact, there's real estate. Believe it or not, there's real estate on eBay too. Let's go back. You got to in answer your question, you got to have the right product for the right price. It's very competitive. You got to spend a lot of time on it. And there are courses out there to teach you that stuff, but like anything, it's hard. And I think the success rate is probably lower than 1 to 5% on those things. Let's go to more comments and questions here. Mr. Gonzalez, does a gut salesman visit the home to close the deal? Good question. Here's the rule, Julio. I only go to a property if I'm going to pick up a check or a contract. I am not there to make a tour of their toilet seats, okay? That's a waste of your time. A lot of times I'll go, when I'm talking to people, by the way, back to video, if they have an iPhone or if they know how to use Skype or Zoom or one of the media systems, have them take you on a tour on the property. How about that? They can show you the property. So say I'm 2 hours away. I don't want to drive in traffic. I'd say, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Prospect, turn on your video. Show me your home right now. By the way, I also look at the homes on Google Maps. Turn on live Google Maps. You can see the outside of the home a lot of times. If it's a home for sale on Zillow, make sure, look if there's the pictures on there too. I will go to the property if I know I'm going to pick up a check or a contract. I am not going to, old school Claude used to, and some of you guys are doing this now. You're wasting too much time commuting, sitting in your car, spilling coffee between your legs, driving to properties, okay? Why are we in business, ladies and gentlemen? We're in business to make money today, not to look at somebody else's toilet seats and get the tour of the property. When I get on the phone with people, I have to ask the right questions up front. My gut sales method is to save me time. What's the difference between, here's a question for you guys. What's the difference? And I will get to your other questions. Dave Selnick says, great. Oh, thank you, Drift. Great live. Dave Skolnick says, be the doctor. Julio says, here's a good question here. Let me show this one. Are you making the offer on the first phone call with any solid information? I make offers all the time because here's a rule for you guys. Even if you don't have all the information or have not confirmed it, where do people waste more time? Oh, I've got to do my due diligence before I make my offer. Here's Uncle Claude's 180 degrees around. Yes, we want information. We're going to call somebody up. We're going to say, Mr. and Mrs. Prospect, can I ask you a few questions? I want to make you an offer on your property today. Can I ask you a few questions? You ask me a few, and let's decide if we can do business today. If not, you can fire me, okay? And that's called an agenda step. I'll talk more about that on Saturday and the other stuff. I'm doing another social media live here. By the way, another broadcast here on StreamYard live on Saturday the 23rd, same time as today, and also on Tuesday the 26th, same time as today. I'll talk a lot about those other things too. Or you guys remind me, ask me some questions here. I do make an offer on the first phone call. What have you got to lose? Here's the rule, guys. You can always fix it later. Listen to me now. You can always fix it later. Mr. and Mrs. Prospect, suppose I gave you your full asking price, but I wanted you to do a lease purchase. I'll give you your full price if we can do a 36-month lease purchase. Your property, your mortgage payments are $550 a month. I will give you $600 a month. I know then you should know something about the neighborhood, of course. If I know that's a neighborhood where I can get $1,000 to $1,500 and I can control the property for $600, $700, $800, $900 a month, yeah, I'm going to make them an offer for lease purchase. I'm going to make it right away. If I discover after the fact on an inspection, I might send an inspector or contractor to the home. I might go to the home with the contracts to be signed, and then I discover the home needs a lot of repairs or something like that. I'll renegotiate the deal, or I'll fire the prospect, or I'll follow up with them in 15, 30 days. You guys are not, you know what your guys' problem is? Why you're not doing, you guys want to do 2, 3, 4 deals before Christmas? Are you ready for this? You got to talk to a lot of people. You got to make a lot of offers. And then you immediately have to follow up your offers with a contract or a letter of intent and an attached video. Hi, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Claude Diamond here. What a pleasure to speak with you. I've attached a PDF contract. I've also sent it to you through DocuSign. It's a 3 years rent to own on your property for $800 a month. This begins on December 1st. And if you can get it back to me by 6:30 this evening, you have a deal. If I don't hear from you, then I'll know it's over. Boom. This is the way these are guts offers. Somebody said chutzpah. Emmanuel Cooper said chutzpah, baby. Thank you, Emmanuel. That's exactly it. Julio, I do make offers on the first. Life is short. What's the difference between a millionaire? You guys want to know why the Grant Cardones and the Anthony Robbins and why the crazy Uncle Claude Diamonds, why we're making money and everybody else struggles? It's because we just go chutzpah. It's a great word, New York City word. It means go for it. Life is short. Go for it. Make offers. What's the worst they can do? Say no? So what? Boo-hoo, boo effing who, right? Make a lot of offers. Make them audio. Make them video. Send them email after you get off the phone. Don't go to the property unless you know you're going to pick up a check or a contract today. It's not worth the time. How many properties have you gone to? And, oh, this is wonderful, Claude, and I'm going to talk to my spouse about it and run it past Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs and my attorneys, and we'll get back to you in the near distant future. What does that mean? That's bullshit. Why are we in business? To make money today. Make offers today. You could always fix it later. If you discover the valuation on the property was wrong, you call them back. Mr. and Mrs. Prospect, your property's not worth $150. Maybe at best it's worth $150. Is this deal over? Mr. and Mrs. Prospect, there's no hot water in the house. Who's going to put in the new hot water heater? Or do we want to adjust our offer and I'll pay for it? This is negotiation. This is the art and science of persuasion. We've lost these skills. We don't know how to do this anymore. Thank God I met my mentor, Max. Changed my life. I went from a guy who was, man, I didn't have 2 nickels to rub together, okay? And once I learned lease purchasing, which was my favorite real estate strategy, and I put that together with gut sales, because he was a gut salesman. I'd see him go for it. He was enthusiastic. He was energetic. He was totally transparent, honest, ethical with people, but he didn't tolerate any BS from them either. He went right for it. Let's see some others questions here. Emmanuel Cooper, chutzpah, baby, thank you. David Skolnick says, unmitigated goal. Yeah, go for it. Make those offers. I make offers every day to people. God bless them if they say no, it's over. I didn't waste time. What's the difference between a millionaire and somebody who's struggling? The other 99% millionaires know they're going to die someday. You make offers. I want to go through life first class. Okay? I have my own jet. You guys know it. It's called Southwest Airlines. My bad joke. Listen, the thing about it is, if I have a strategy like lease purchasing, and if I have a marketing system, the Guts marketing system, where I attract I attract leads every day, guys, through social media, through Facebook, through YouTube, through Instagram, all the social media. I love them. Videos on YouTube. Every day I put out that content. So now I have my lease purchase strategy. Not the only way to do business. I can also do consulting. By the way, I was talking about that earlier. Consulting brings in cash flow in between the deals. Okay, so you get a deal. Say you're in California, you talk to somebody in Florida, and the deal is it's a marginal deal. You can't negotiate a good lease purchase. You can't negotiate a good rent or a price. It needs repairs. It's not your kind of deal, not your kind of neighborhood. What do you do? What do you do with that What do you do with that property? You go to the owner and say, Mr. and Mrs. Prosser, why don't you set it up as a lease purchase and eliminate me, the middleman? Oh, you don't know how to do it? You don't have the contracts? I can help you with that. Suppose there was a way I could teach you how to do that, show you how to set up a marketing plan. I will charge you a nominal flat fee, which can be a percentage of the deal. Say it's I don't know, $250,000 property, you charge 1%, $2,500 that you can make on the phone right now, learning how to consult. I'm going to be talking a lot more about consulting we're going to do a live stream on Tuesday, November 26th. We're going to talk a lot about consulting then. This is one of the missing links in this business. You guys don't have enough strategies, and you don't have enough strategies that are practical, okay? You don't have enough leads, quality leads. I don't want to contact hundreds and thousands of people and I spend no money on marketing. I just attract leads every day, buyers, sellers, investors, through my gut social media marketing process. Okay. I even have mind maps and stuff like that on it in my packages on my page. The thing about it is, can you convert those people? When you get them on the phone, can you make an offer right away? Can you convert those people quickly? Let's see. Get down. What is it? Get down to 7-Eleven, get me a cup of coffee and a bagel. That was my Dave Skulnick just posted that on there. My mentor, find a mentor, by the way. I do mentor people. I'd love to mentor you, but I'm not the only guy that can mentor you. Find somebody out there who's doing it successfully, who's doing it honestly, and is a millionaire in their own right, okay? Not a bragging millionaire, a real millionaire. So my mentor used to say, success and failure leave clues. If they're driving a 1974 Yugo and they don't live on the best side of town, that's probably not somebody you want to have mentor you. You want somebody who's accountable to you too, not somebody who hands you off to their virtual assistant in the lovely Philippines. You want somebody who's going to take you. I teach people one-on-one. It's the only way. I don't hand off anybody to anybody. On that. Find that kind of person. Find a mentor who is successful and accountable and doing business honestly, and you'll shorten the learning curve by years and years. Life is short. Go for it. Make a lot of money today and get on good phone. My mentor, I chased him. He basically said, go down to 7-Eleven, get me a bagel and a cup of coffee, and I'll give you 10 minutes. And that was when I know exactly the moment my life and my fortunes changed, when I learned from someone who was already successful in sales. Find that one person. Make sure they're accountable to you. There's a lot of these big, very expensive programs out there. My biggest gripe about them is that the guy who's usually the face on it will not talk to you. He'll hand you off to somebody else. But my feeling is, why would anyone work for anybody else if they have the knowledge of freedom? This is where your Uncle Claude gets into trouble again, okay? My thing is, somebody who answers the phone for a guru and makes $15 an hour, or says they have years of experience and everything, why are they working for that guru? I don't want to work. Man, you can't hire me. I'm unemployable. Why? Because I have freedom. And everything I'm talking about today, lease purchasing, marketing, gut sales, is about freedom. Life is short. I've said that too many times today. You want enough money, you want a business you can work from home. I will never retire. Why? Because I love what I do here. I'm on the phone every day for a couple hours. My routine, and I get up in the morning early. Colorado, California, North Carolina, Hawaii. I get up early, okay, and I do my exercises. I usually read the Wall Street Journal and the New York Times. I'm always in the middle I love Audible books. I go out for my 10-mile run every day. It's going to be hard to do it today. It's only 35 degrees and snowing, but I'll still go out and I'll go on the treadmill and I'll swim laps. I'm big on exercise. I want to stay young and beautiful for you guys. Okay. And then I'll go home. I'll clean up my emails. I like an empty email box. It's just who I am. I will also I schedule with the people I train. I usually have 5-10 appointments a day for 15 minutes, 30 minutes. I do group call training too. Then I will do my cold calls, my follow-up calls, my warm calls. There are 3 methods of leads: cold, follow-up, and warm. Which one is the best? Of course, the warm leads, the hot leads. It's through your social media marketing that we talked about a while ago. Then you have people who, listen, I don't close everybody. Okay. But just because you can't close somebody today doesn't mean you can't put them in your follow-up system. Follow up with them. And sometimes you can convert them. We have people who come back to us years later, and that's wonderful. If you follow up with people, give them a score on 1 through 10. We call that in the gut sales system. It's called the EQ, the emotional quotient. Are they a 10? Are they a 5? Or are they a 1? And depending on what they are, I put them in my system, my follow-up system. I use Evernote, which I love. And Evernote will remind me, call up Mr. and Mrs. Smith. You spoke to him 30 days ago. And I'll get back on the phone with him, or I'll send him a video email reminder. Hi, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. You must have sold your property by now. Would you like to talk about it today? Do you remember me? I sent you that offer. Oh, okay. Boom. And that's the way you go about it. Let's go back to some more questions here. They're coming in fast. Gerald says, I'm trying to look away, but I can't. Thank you, Gerald. I think that's a compliment. Thank you. Julio says, what are your thoughts on joint ventures? I don't have a problem with a joint venture. If I'm, honestly, at this stage of my career, I'm greedy. I want to keep all the money. Okay, but if we have a situation where I'll do a joint venture with one of my students because they were trained in the gut sales method. What I found with a lot of other people who bring me joint ventures is they don't know how to do their due diligence. They don't have a contract firm yet, or they're rebrokering from somebody else. I don't want to waste time. Okay, time is it's the difference between a millionaire and someone struggling. Okay, so when I do a joint venture, I wanted somebody I trained in the gut sales method so that they know what I want. I want to know the mortgage. I want to know the valuation. I want to know what the marketability is. I want to know what the rent is. I want to know what the level of motivation of that prospect is. So if I joint venture with somebody, I need facts. I need information. I don't need a 2-hour BS session. A lot of times in joint ventures, I'm getting too many people who haven't been properly trained. So that's why I like to only do joint ventures with people I know or people I have a history with. Okay. Hope that wasn't too abrupt, but I'm trying to be as straight up as I can. Big D says, what's up? Hey, Big D. Thanks for joining us today. Dave Skolnick. What you see with Claude today is what you get with him when you work with him one-on-one is real. Oh, thank you, Dave. Dave, and I've known Dave for, oh my God, I think we go back a lot of years in good old San Diego. We go way back there. I love this business. I think it's the best business in the world. I can work from home. I believe in the kitchen table entrepreneur. Can I work from this kitchen? Can I work from a desk? I work from all my home. I don't have outside offices anymore. I don't have 1 million employees. The only thing I need is good Wi-Fi and a communication device to the universe. If I have the knowledge of different strategies, lease purchasing, if I have a marketing system where I'm always getting leads, you should be setting up a marketing system where you have quality leads every day. If you are speaking, here's my rule. Can you speak to 5 people a day? Not call 5 people, speak to 5 people a day. If you can get it up to 5 people a day and make offers and follow up, you're doing something right. 5 people a day, 5 offers a day. Always make offers. Okay. I go to people on the first phone call. Claude, I'm interested in your program and your property. Fine. What is your offer? Tell me how you and I can do business today. You mind if we talk about money? When should we talk about money? Always up front. Okay. Always up front. But you've got to make those offers. When you get Guts voicemails, I've done a lot of videos on Guts voicemails. Most people, you do all this running around and you get all these leads. And what do we get? 75, 85% of the time, voicemails. And there's a lot of gurus who are giving wrong information. Oh, don't leave voicemails. Wrong, stupid. Always leave a voicemail. That's the one thing you take away from me today. Always leave a voicemail, but leave a guts voicemail, okay? Leave a guts voicemail. That's the most important part. What do I mean by a guts voicemail? It's a cold call you make. It can be a follow-up, but a cold call where you go to the prospect, say, hello, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Claude Diamond here. Sorry it took me so long to get back to you. I have your offer here in front of me. I need to discuss it with you before 2:30 today. Give me a call, 970-281-5151, so we can put this deal to bed. I am ready to do business today, but I need to speak with you before 2:30, 970-281-5151. I'll talk to you later, buddy. Bye-bye. Boom. Act familiar, make an offer, tell them apologize, act familiarity is when you call up a total stranger and then they get this message and they say, who's this Claude Diamond? What? I better call them. You've created curiosity. What happens when people call you back? You win. The more people, takeaway moment here, guys, the more people you speak to, the greater, the opportunity to go to the bank today, to do a deal today, to get a contract or a new client today, to sell your used chewing gum today, whatever you sell. You've got to get on the phone with people. So leave those voicemails, but leave creative voicemails and set a time frame and act familiar with people. Someone reminds me on the next broadcast, I'll do a lot more of those things for you guys too. I love talking about the marketing. If I can just get you, even if you went to me, you were a newbie and I just started training, you went to me, Claude, I spoke to one person a day. That's 7 people this week. You make offers to 7 people in 1 week. I guarantee you someone is going to call you back. Someone is going to say yes. Imagine if you did 2 or 3 a day. What is that? 10 to 14. That's 10 to 14, 15 people a week. See, you got to put the math in you can't just delegate it to VAs and obscure mailers and robocallers and auto voicemail things. You've got to you want to know how I got successful? I took responsibility for my business. I call people. I talk to them. I'm nobody special. I call and I negotiate right away. You get a lead, call them up today. You see a new listing in Zillow by the owner, call them up today. Don't waste time. Make those offers and send those follow-up offers and use the gut sales method. Set the agenda. Qualify them. Why are you selling this home? What's their level of motivation? What's their money needs? Whether they're a buyer, seller, investor. You've got 5 things you need to know from them. Okay, what's their level of motivation? What's the money questions? Okay, what's the time frame? What's the decision-making process? Okay, and do they have the character to keep that decision? This is how you close people. This is $1 million selling, guys. This is not the shit you're going to get from some of these weekend gurus and with their thing. Well, John and Mary got rich, and you can get rich too. You can get rich if you can give good phone. You can make a great living. You may not get your own private jet, but you'll make more money than any company will ever pay you if you learn how to sell and if you learn how to do marketing. Use the social media. Everybody's on it all day long. All you got to do is put compelling, interesting, maybe entertaining content on it, and you will see magic happen all the time. We're almost out of time here. This went really fast. Thank you so much for joining me. I will do this again. You like these broadcasts? If you do, give me a thumbs up or something. It motivates me. But I like doing these live streams. We're currently on Periscope. We're on YouTube, and we're on several of my Facebook pages and groups. We're going to do another one of these live streams on Saturday, November the 23rd, 2 days from now, right? Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And same time as today, 1 o'clock Eastern time, 10 o'clock Pacific. I'm in the mountains here in Winter Park, Colorado. And I'll be glad to answer your questions or just share this fun journey I call life. I love what I do. I will never retire because why would I retire something that's fun, that's rewarding, that's stimulating for the ego? And you know what? Debt-free. You guys know, you got to know how good it is when you have control, a little bit of control in your life, because you have the enthusiasm, you have the confidence with the guts method that I teach. That's on my webpage. And by the way, go to claudediamond.com. I got free books and mind maps and stuff like that too. And I might even, I'm thinking maybe I should even do a Black Friday. Maybe I should do something on Black Friday, like everybody else does. Maybe I'll do a super duper special offer in one of these broadcasts for Black Friday. I'll think about that and I'll get back to you on that. Okay. Hey, listen, you've been wonderful. We got about 30 seconds left. I really like to keep this on time. Thanks so much for joining. This is the best business in the world. I know how hard you people work. I say this at the end of every one of my YouTube videos. You people work so hard. I know you just want to pay your bills, take care of your responsibilities, your family, your kids, and everything like that. And my name is Claude Diamond. I'm here to give you the straight poop, or at least the way I see it, because I see too much guru garbage and stuff like that, and too much delegation. Learn how to get on the phone, learn how to talk to people, learn the right way to sell, the right way to market without spending any money, using the guts method, and you will see magic happen in your life. You can work from home and you can make as much money as you want, depending on how skilled you can be at these things that I talked about today, because nobody deserves success more than you. You deserve it. Take care of yourself. Have a wonderful rest of the week. And thanks for joining me. You guys are great, and have a lot of fun and be safe out there. Okay. Take care. Bye-bye.